what makes fucking sense.
Yeah.
Like for me, like you talk about carnivore, I like carnivore because it's easy.
Yeah.
It's convenient.
Super convenient.
But I will say, my body does better when I have greens.
Yeah.
So personally, like I like greens in my diet because it does help me. So I like green beans, I like asparagus, I like broccoli.
And that's the
it
important
helps.
thing, right?
Like salads or greens, but it helps me like with just like feeling better as a whole.
Because it's not just physical. You see,
Right.
this is the people. There are so many fitness influencers,
Yep.
and people tell you now how everyone. And as if you follow our podcast, you need to understand that it's great if you have a trainer. Right? Trainers are awesome. They could give you insight. I've used trainers before because they'll give me an insight of a method that I might not know.
Yeah.
Right. And without, speaking from a discipline standpoint, is if you have a goal set, it is to a point easier to do it when someone else is guiding you, especially if you're doing calorie deficits. You're going to do a bodybuilding competition.
Yeah.
There's a certain point where you become stupider.
Yeah.
Because you're just dropping your calories so low. You literally walk around like a zombie. So having someone go do A, B, and C makes things easier.
Yeah.
But on the general level, right, your body is your body.
Yeah.
You know what works for you. And I mean, we did this when you spoke, and I said to you, listen, this is the guideline. However, figure out what works for you. The best way to do that is what they call an elimination diet. Right. So I ate all of this, all of these things. Okay. Eliminate it down to your base essential amino acids.
Yeah.
Meat. It is the one thing that you will die if you don't have.
Yeah.
Baseline essential amino acids, not processed,
Yep.
not beyond burgers, none of that crap. Meat.
Yeah.
Right. I don't care if it's fish, chicken, turkey, wild game, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Once you get that baseline you can not only survive, but you can thrive on meat. However,
Yeah.
you're also a human being who lives in a modern world.
Yeah.
You have kids, you have a wife.
Yeah.
You have cravings, you have things that you like and things that you don't like. You have an entire life behind you of things that you enjoy.
Right.
So then what you do is once you've eliminated, you start adding back in.
Right.
Small things. But take note when you do.
Right.
If you need to write it down or just take note of how you feel and see how does this work for me.
Yeah.
Right. If it works for you, put it aside, say good. If you feel like you have inflammation in your gut.
Yeah.
Right. Because the only way you realize this is when you eliminate.
Yeah.
Right. I recently did a three day fast. Now I try and avoid fasting because I want to train. If I fast, I cannot train. It just doesn't work, right?
It's hard to train, especially the way we train.
That's it. So now I decided to do the 3 day fast, not because I needed to, not because I was stuck, because I felt like I needed to kind of see where my body is. And those 3 days that you go, the first day, it's just water.
Yeah.
Right? Eliminate everything else, you just drink water. Day 2, you don't take solid food, but you'll add in bone broth, mainly to make sure you get enough minerals in so that your body doesn't, your muscles don't start cramping up and you keep yourself as healthy as possible. And I can tell you the biggest baseline that I found is most people do not understand what hunger is. We have a misconception of hunger. And there's a million guys out there telling you how they got somewhere, or they read it out of a book, or they've studied it, and they're going to tell you this is the only way. There's a million guys online that'll tell you carnivore is the only way. It's not. There's a million guys that'll tell you veganism is the only way. It's not. Is you have to find something for yourself. Don't cut out anyone else, right? If there's someone out there and you're a vegan and it works for you, I struggle to understand the concept of how it does from a scientific standpoint. Not from the fact that you eat plants. It's from a scientific standpoint is, in order to be a vegan, you can eat ultra-processed foods. These foods, by the definition that they're processed, are not good for you. And they load them with chemicals to try and make them taste like the very thing you're against.
I just think, like for men specifically, I can't speak to women, but like men need protein. And like
women need more protein.
Oh, I'm sure they do. Yeah,
it's even more important for women to have protein.
I'm sure it is. But like to me, like it just makes sense. Like we're bigger in general, right? So why wouldn't you want actual meat, the protein that helps you build and be strong and be fueled?